Hey, what's up, movie freaks? We're hanging out with HERO LAIR. My name's Dan. These meatheads are Josh and Mario. You guys watch Legion, right?
Yeah.
Show about Professor X's son.
Yeah.
Really cool. If you haven't checked it out, it's on FX. The showrunner for that, Noah Hawley, also is the showrunner for Fargo, the TV show. Very cool show.
Yeah.
So he was doing a Legion panel, and at the end, he leaves with like the ultimate little breadcrumb tease for the crowd. A guy asks him, so what are you working, any other cool stuff you're working on? You ever play pretty full? He goes, well, I'm paraphrasing, but I think it's something a lot of you guys are going to like. First word is Doctor, second word is Doom. Thanks, everybody.
Oh my God!
Like, what the fuck?
No.
So he's already involved with Fox and Fox Properties.
Yeah.
Fox has the license rights. Fantastic Four movie licensing rights for those Fantastic Four Marvel characters, and Doctor Doom is in that. So apparently he's developing a Doctor Doom movie for Fox.
But they already did it so well.
Blasphemer! They've done it terrible 4 times. 3 times in theaters, and 4th. Have you guys ever seen the Roger Corman one that was never released?
No.
You've never seen this?
No.
Oh, fuck. I gotta show it to you. It was done. It was back in the 90s.
Yeah.
That was done just so they could keep the rights. Mm-hmm. So, because in the licensing agreement, it's like if you were not in production of a movie you own the license to, in the contract it reverts back to Marvel proper. Yeah. So sometimes Fox has had to just make something, put it out there to keep the rights and figure out. So this one in the 90s was exactly that. It was made to say we were in production, we made it, but never distributed, never meant to go out. But in age of the internet, it's leaked. Oh, you guys got to see it. It's the greatest.
It's what's it called?
I think it's called. Look it up, like Roger Corman's Fantastic Four. Okay. Like, dude, the Incredible Hulk TV show might as well be Star Wars.
Wow, that is saying a lot.
Roger Corman's thing.
That is saying a lot, because Lou Ferrigno.
I like Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno with like bedhead. You know what I mean?
I'm turning green.
Rest in peace, Bill Bixby.
Yes.
But yeah, like it's. So it sounds like if he's just doing a Doctor Doom movie, it's kind of interesting because it needs to be a new Doom. There's no way he's continuing from
No. It's got to be something.
It has to be something new. Can a movie just about the villain work? Like, can you have Doctor Doom without Fantastic Four? Does that work? It'll be kind of. What do you think?
Yeah, because it depends on what they show. Because Doctor Doom has a pretty rich history from Latvia.
Yeah. So being a freedom fighter.
Yeah, exactly. He's a beloved icon of his home nation. It's not like he's a villain to them.
Yeah,
he's a tough ruler.
Yeah,
he's strict, but he does keep law, order, and he does provide and care for the people.
I just and Doctor Doom's always been like that character in the Marvel universe that he.
Sorry, Latveria, right?
I'm not.
Latveria, yes.
But he's always been that character he has that richness. Like, I'd watch a movie just on the Joker. You know what I mean? Like, or like, there's certain characters that you watch like just a film on. Like,
Doom has presence. And
Doom's got that total presence that you could totally do a movie just on him. And could this be the catalyst to that universe and a decent or good version of that universe? I think this is a good way to start it. Now, here you start from the opposite end of it. Like, we all know that he hasn't had the proper treatment in any of the Fantastic Fours already. So let's drop that and let's use that character as like an anchor and start over, but you're starting from the opposite side now. Like, if you create somebody who there's nothing better in movies, film, fiction, anything than like a fallen hero or like the opposite view of a hero.
And a rich history, a depth into the character. So not just like, I'm a disgruntled med student.
Exactly.
Oh God, I have powers. Now I'm Doctor Doom. Like,
you build up a character and you build up you build an antithesis to that degree, and then you bring in heroes afterwards. That might be a good way of doing it.
And if you identify with him as a picaresque hero, right? Like you see the good in him. You kind of identify. You kind of like Doom then.
Yeah.
Like you. There are often in many comics that you kind of like Doom. You're like, this guy's pretty cool dude.
Yes, especially when it's grounded just by his people, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This excites me for everything you guys are saying. One, it could break the mold, right? You don't have to just introduce the hero and do it. It's 2. And anything breaking the mold is good, right?
Absolutely.
Logan and a lot of these other ones broke the mold.
Yeah.
Do something different. 2, what the fuck does Fox have to lose? They've already dropped the ball so many times, and deflated the ball, and torn their ACL so many times on this thing, right? Yeah. That is Fox. That is Fox. Every time. That's all we need to do to review any of these Fantastic Four. Put the gif of Peter Griffin. And number 3, they almost did a. Remember when they were doing Origins, Wolverine X-Men Origins?
Yes.
Yeah. And if that was successful, the next one was going to be Magneto. And that Magneto Origins script became part of that character's through line in the
new X-Men movies.
What was it called? I'm fucking.
Days of Future Past?
No, before that. When they introduced the young ones, when they were back in the 60s.
First Class.
X-Men First Class. All that Magneto stuff of going to Argentina, hunting Nazis, and him being tested on. That was originally a full, entire script. So, and I would have watched that. That would have been great, right? So, something of Doctor Doom being a freedom fighter, I'm down for. So,
sure.
Some other ones I want to get your real quick opinion on. There's a quick thing about Channing Tatum about this disaster Gambit production that's been going on. They're now, apparently it's still a go with Channing Tatum as Gambit, but they're rethinking everything based on the success of Deadpool and Logan. Okay. Right? So now, before there was some ridiculous thing, it was going to be like $150 million Gambit movie.
Yeah.
With, I don't know, like nuclear bomb throwing cards. They're saying they're retooling everything. There's a long quote you can kind of pick up, but it's just saying, in the world that we live in with how Deadpool was in Logan, now they're going to smaller story.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to go because no one needed a $100 million Gambit movie.
Yeah.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Go small,
I don't want
go
to see
contained.
Lucas effects kind of thing happening in
Well,
a Gambit movie.
it's not supposed to be. And that's the whole idea. Like, we're at an era now.
Story's important.
Story is totally what. And you look at a lot of the other things that we've talked about up to this point, and they look at story. They look at the. If you're not invested in the character, I don't give a shit about how much feast for the eyes you're giving me.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
It means nothing.
It means nothing.
And besides, like, if
I've seen it before.
Yeah, and if you want to do a good Gambit movie, you don't just start off with him just friggin' hawking cards everywhere. You start off with him as a young thief in Louisiana and in the poor bayous, and him getting beaten up, and like this twisted like den of thieves that he kind of grows up in the backwaters in the south.
Right? Like, and towing that line of
a good and
moral gray.
Yeah, he's actually a bad guy, right? Like he's actually a bad guy, right?
But you're right though. It's like the whole thing is if you're gonna make a movie on a sole character, I want to see the proper origins.
Yeah, get the depth. Go to the root. Gambit is born in the bottom. His fall is an ascension. It's a transition from the ground up.
Which is still a journey.
But the thing is, you still want to get that. What was that bottom feeder's life?
Yeah.
What was and how did in this den of thieves and in this world of evils did he find that ascension?
Yeah, and actually choose to join the X-Men.
That is like it's the antithesis of the fall. It's like that is like the journey upwards.
Yeah,
right. That is the cool part.
It's the journey of it.
Yeah. And you don't need $100 million to do it. So
you definitely don't.
This is good news. I really don't.
Swamp.
Yeah, pretty much. I really don't need a Gambit movie at all. But if they're doing it, I think they're definitely doing it that way.
Make it gritty.